He's angry, and yes, she's going to follow him. Oh boy. Quaylon and Shavel. This one is messy, but the truth comes to light. Is that a saying? Does anybody else say that? Starving like Marvin? I've never heard that before. Maybe it's just a family thing. If it is, that is super cool. They're getting back to their regular schmegular things that they used to say before he got locked up, when they were all a family and all together. So yeah, it's cool to see them all together anyway. That's that look you give somebody, you're a bestie, you're a family member, your friends, whoever you have that secret handshake with. I know I got my people. You got that handshake with, and when you meet them, it's like, yeah, we know what's up. We about to do our thing. And I don't care how old you are, this stuff stays cool, okay? It keeps you young, it keeps you fresh. But also see the mom in the background. She's full of smiles as well because she's so happy that her kids are together. It is a lovely sight to behold.
Place I can go now.
So, in this episode, we get to see all their names. And maybe we've seen it before, but it's now that I kind of caught on to it. All these people's names start with Q or Quay. So, obviously, we have Quaylon here. We know Quaylon. Why did he even get money for a grill? Because he's got a grill in the confessionals. But anywho. And then we have Quaylon's. So that's the baby sister's name.
They give me stability and help.
And that food looks so good. And here we have Quaylondria. She's the one who started this mess. I mean, come on. This is even more confusing than the Kardashians, because at least those names are a little bit different, but these names are more kind of the same, but also not really, kind of a tongue twister, but not really.
Ecstatic and happy to have all my children at the same table.
She must feel so good.
Same time. I'm excited, but also
Quaylondria. So this is the one they call Q or Quay. One of the two. But so if she's Q or Quay, then Quaylon can just be Quaylon. The mom can be mom, and then Quaylons can be Quaylons. And I guess you fix it that way. But it's just very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know whose idea that was, but yeah, I just caught on to it.
Well, we got into it, kicked me out. Long story short, I'm living on the couch. What y'all?
I'm telling you, Quaylon is so dry. Like, he's so dry. He's literally come to these people's house, no warning, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep on the couch. They're like, whose couch? He's like, one of y'all's. Just like that. He's just so matter of fact about it. That's so funny. But yeah, his family, so sure, I guess, but he never thought to mention any of this before coming over. That's interesting. Also, the whole time during this, before all this happened, they're asking like, where is Shavel? Why are you here by yourself? Because if you're together, like, why is she not here? And you just came by yourself, didn't really say why you're coming, right? But he's just kind of dodging it and being like, no, I'm here, by myself. I can come here by myself. It doesn't have to be a Shavel trip.
We're separate ways. Wait a minute. Did you cheat? Because I think the situations to work. She seen messages and she blew off the handle. She's ready and I'm not.
So he keeps saying that she's ready and he's not. But at the end of this clip, you'll see that he is flying off the handle. Quaylon goes crazy, he goes wild, and it's, for Shavel. Like, he's defending Shavel against his family. But it's like he's so passionate about this woman that I'm not quite sure why he's not serious about the marriage thing. Why he's not at least saying things, wording things in a different way instead of saying things like, I need to figure us out. It seems here today that he's really made up his mind and he's pretty sure that he wants to be with Shavel. But every other time when he's with Shavel, he doesn't show her that kind of passion or that kind of love, which is what I keep saying about these people. There's something emotionally not correct with any of these people, because when they come into the confessionals or when they're somewhere else, they really manage to show the love that they have for this person, right? But when they're next to the person, all of a sudden, they don't know what to say. Madness.
I told her that I was talking to someone What does talking to me? Y'all help me out. Talking to somebody is exactly that. This is not a real chick. You didn't cheat with a real chick.
Did you guys catch that? Because that's something the sister said. Quayandria, I think, Q, whatever. So she's saying, you see her thumb, and she's like, why is she surprised? So she knows something that we don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna make assumptions by appearance and maybe say, you know, he looks like one of those people who be out in the streets. I don't know what he looks like. To me, he seemed like a decent dude. I liked his humor. He seemed pretty cool. I was rooting for Quaylon. I really was. So yeah, I did not really see this coming. What I saw coming was him actually dumping Shavel, really leaving her, and then going with somebody else, and just being like, right, this is not going to work out, kind of thing. I didn't see him actually supposedly still being with her and then cheating. I didn't see that coming. But his sister knows something that we don't. Now, if he went in 12 years ago, he was a kid. So maybe as a kid, he was even running around mad with the girls. I don't know.
What you mean if you're a real chick? This is a real person. We just ain't never linked up.
So they never linked up, but it's a real person. So I guess it was an emotional cheat.
It's a girl I met on Facebook. She's beautiful. We get deep with it, like.
I hope we get to see Chi-Town. Also, he saved that girl's name with like the tongue, the heart, and something else. Let's go back. Nah. He saved this girl's name as Chi-Town. So, is she from Chicago? I don't know. Tongue, fire emoji, and heart. I hope Shavel is not just plain Shavel, because he stored this woman's name into his phone like this. What person that you're going to be dealing with, aka Shavel, is going to find this a normal thing? Like, that's not normal.
We get deep with it, like dreams, goals.
I thought you did that with Shavel as well.
Do what steps you gonna take. We give each other advice. She listen, I listen. It's more like an outlet than anything. She asked me if I had the woman. I told her yes. She asked.
And he has loyalty tattooed on top of his eyebrow. I'm telling you, the people who give their children names like Blessing, Mercy, Destiny, shouldn't be messed up. People who tattoo things like loyalty, peace, serenity, God's gift, and all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah, most of the time they have some issues with those things as well. It's almost like a curse. It's strange.
Cool, was we happy in a relationship? I said yes. That's what it was. You know, Shavel ain't answering the phone, so I can't get a hold of him. I keep hearing Shavel this, Shavel that, Shavel this. What are we pursuing for Quaylon's happiness? Right.
But Quaylon's happiness now is very dependent on Shavel. Shavel has spent $5,000 on a truck. Where's the grill money coming from? Is his family providing this grill money? This guy got no dough. We have seen this guy with blonde highlights. They're grown out now. We see him now with something like red highlights. His hair is completely different. I've seen about 4 different hairstyles. And, you know, for somebody with locks, you're not just going to do that every week unless you're Chloe and Hal. Unless you're somebody like a high, whatever. Like, you're going to keep the style in for a while. So I don't know how long they've been following this guy. But all this time, Shavel has been holding him down because he hasn't even been in Texas. He's been in Kansas City. Is it Texas that they're at? I think so. Yeah. So, it's interesting. They should thank Shavel. They should be way more grateful to Shavel because she's the one who's been sustaining him. You know, okay, she has the baggage because she has the kid. But the kid is cool. The kid ain't hurting nobody. She's just running around. She's got a little bit of a smart mouth, but she's funny. She's cool. She likes the guy. She's non-problematic. And for 2.5 years or so, Shavel has been holding it down while he was in prison and outside. So yeah, we have a lot to thank Shavel for. And yeah, Shavel should come up in every single conversation because yeah, if it weren't for Shavel, he wouldn't be all kinds of glowed up the way he is now. Although I heard a lot of people saying that he's lost a lot of weight and looks like he's on the whew. But I don't know about all that. I can't say anything to that because I don't know for certain. But yeah, at least the family is doing stuff, but they need to give Shavel her props as well.
See, I sit back, right? And I think about me going to the hole. And who visiting me? Who writing me? It ain't y'all. It's her. You know what I'm saying? It's her.
So he knows this. So he knows that Shavel has been holding it down. So he knows that Shavel really put in the work, and yet he still does not want to marry her. I think right now at this dinner, which I hope they were eating the food because that food looks good. I hope they're not wasting it. I hope they're going to eat that food. But anyway, at this dinner, he's now realizing how much Shavel actually means to him. You see, so being away from her, he's actually realizing how much that woman has done for him. And he's about to let his family know, because his family has been butting into this relationship ever since the beginning and does not want to let them be. The relationship is weird because this is not the standard normal way of how people get into relationships. But the way the family is butting in every single time, it doesn't help the situation, okay?
Right in them levels. She driving 3 hours to come see me.
3 hours. Shavel was driving 3 hours to come and see Quaylon.
Weekly. That's the type that I look at.
As somebody with a kid. 3 hours. And I think that's one way. She will drive 3 hours to go and see him, drive back 3 hours. And this is a woman with a kid and family.
Material. But what about that time? What about that time she put in, though?
Mm-hmm.
What about the time I put in? What about her? The fact that he can say.
The fact that he can sit here and make it seem like we did nothing. Yeah, this will be hurtful. It will be hurtful, but you guys have also made it seem as if Shavel has done nothing, which is also not the case. I think these families should always really come together because they're all collectively making sure that the person who's in the hole, as Quaylon calls it, that person stays mentally sane, emotionally sane, and even physically sane because they are the ones sending the money. So they should team up and be like an emotional support whilst their loved one is incarcerated. But it never happens. They're always against each other. Who did better? Who supported better? Who provided better? And it's not about that. It's about teaming up and doing the best for the person in the whole.
And he did nothing. Who said that you did nothing? That's what you basically said. It was her and not us. Like, everything. The letters was not consistent. Nothing was consistent. Our lives out here wasn't consistent.
That is such a good point, Quayandria. Yeah, that is such a good point. Their lives wasn't consistent. Their lives were not consistent either. You know, you have a brother and then like in his teens he just disappears. And he's gonna disappear for over a decade and you have to live with that every single day. All your friends is cool because if it's just the three of them, that's 2 girls. Instead of him being around, being protective, showing them what it is like to be a man, you know, showing them what it's like to be a gentleman. He was not there. I don't see your dad in the picture. So he would have been that father figure and he was never around, you know, and that's just really sad.
Nobody told you what you chose to do. Nobody told you to go out here and buy somebody to go.
Yep. At the end of the day, he needs to take accountability as well for that, you know. Yeah.
Yes, Quay may have fallen off with the communication, but Quay was there when money needed to be
Man, I don't care about the money.
and you cared about it.
So you cared about the money then, and now you're saying you don't care about the money. Okay, that's also wrong, because you don't know how hard people have to work on the outside to get that money, right, that you were getting for free in prison. And yes, at the end of the day, the accountability lies with you, because you didn't make your life straight and you didn't make your life right. And yes, you decided to rob somebody or whatever the heck it is that you did. I think it was something like that. It was robbing, but like serious. I think with, yeah, it was serious. But anyway, yeah.
And he cared about it too, and she did what she could. You have to meet her where she is. Just because
You said that I expected anything from y'all.
But that's also very ungrateful. Who said that I expected anything from y'all? I mean, you expected it then. If you didn't want it, that's a different thing. If you didn't expect it, but you got it and you didn't want it, then you should have just given it back to them. You should have not taken it. You shouldn't have taken their money or anything because you obviously didn't need it. But you got it, took it, used it, and now that you're out, you're saying, who said that I wanted that? That is a very hurtful, that is a very terrible thing to say. Uh-oh, it's about to get heated because she's standing up.
You're not going to disrespect us like we wasn't trying. You're not going to say if they're...
See, I don't like arguments like this because you don't achieve anything. The only thing that he's going to be able to do in this instance is to get away from that table. Because this is very toxic. This is very... It's too much to stay there and let somebody wave their finger into your face and be so angry. Yeah, that is something that's not really nice. And I totally understand that. He's like, okay, then I'm a bounce.
Shavel was the only one there for you while you was locked up. You got some nerve. You got some nerve.
The moms and Quayandria and Quaylon's, they're just sitting there like, yeah, she's the feisty one. They say Destiny's feisty. She should come and meet Quay. Destiny ain't no feisty. She should come and meet this one.
You gonna tell me after 2 years that this is doing more than me?
The sister and the mom are both like, child. Yeah. Sometimes it's better to stay out of arguments because they obviously have something to discuss and to fork out. Just the two of them. She bought your heart. She's angry, he's angry, and yet she's going to follow him. Oh boy. Neighbors be like, oh, what's going on over there? See, this is what I mean. That's why I like Quaylon. His humor is dry. He's just a dry person, even if it's not humor. Just his comments are dry. So he really feels like they really abandoned him, like he had kicked the bucket. That's quite serious. That's quite serious. That he's saying, I went to prison. I didn't kick the bucket. Yeah. Yeah, these people need to go to therapy, all of them. Maybe add Shavel in there. They all need to go to therapy. Therapy has this weird connection with him where he feels like he should be the substitute dad when he never wanted that role. But he's a substitute dad now, whether he likes it or not. And then the family needs to get to grips with that, the fact that maybe it's Shavel that he's going to choose and that he's going to go away. And they also need to talk about the hurt of the 12 years of them not being present, of them not being there for him the way that he wanted them to be there for him. They need to talk to a professional about this, right?
I want to see what's up with my big sister, why she ain't writing me. In years, I ain't talking 2, 3, I'm talking about years. I failed you. And that bothers me.
And then the strangest thing, I just saw that this guy, Quaylon, is wearing a t-shirt saying, money can't buy you happiness. Is this a coincidence? That is weird. I just peeped that. I was like, huh? The whole time they're talking about, this whole Shavel thing. I don't know whether he chose that on purpose. And he was like, today is the day. We're all coming together. And I'm going to speak my mind. And I'm going to let them know that the money that Shavel was giving me, that's not the thing that makes me love her and make me think that she did more for me than you guys. Because it's not only about money. It's about letters. It's about sweet nothings whispered in your ear. It's about sweet, nice things whispered in your ear. It's about affirmation. It's about just love, emotional support. It's about talking on the phone. It's like coming to visit him. Those type of things. These are the things that he wanted to see. It wasn't all about the money, but yes, since it was there, he just took it. He just took it because it was there. But it's more about the emotional stuff, the things that keep your mind sane and the things that keep your life in the whole. And it is incredible that he's wearing this t-shirt today. They're looking at it. They have been looking at it all this while, and they didn't get the memo, but I got it. Wow.
We were so close, and I didn't come out there to see you. That's me letting you down.
Maybe they don't need therapy after all. They seem to figure it out really quick. They went 0 to 100 and then back down to 0 real quick.
I ain't got nothing but your best interest at heart, and
we know.
I won't respect your decisions. If you was to lose all your family tomorrow, it's Shavel, the person that I know I'm leaving with my brother, and she's gonna have your back.
Here's the thing. They're also scared about losing him again. Can you imagine your brother has been away for 12 years and then he comes back and decides to move in with a chick in a whole other state and be her baby daddy even though she's not the baby's daddy? and take all of this responsibility and have to be the man of the house, and just all this pressure to be a-okay very, very quickly after coming out of jail, which is fine. People come out of jail and they want to work, they want to do the best, they want to, you know, make an earnest living and things like that. But
financially, but mentally, I love her enough to keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? I want that second chance. You know, I'm gonna work for whatever I gotta do. Hopefully, like, she'll talk to me soon.
that was incredible. I have nothing else to say. I hope this family heals. I hope they all heal, because this is a very, very sad situation. But you can understand where everybody's coming from. Yeah. In any case, if you're not already part of the family, make sure you hit thumbs up as onto that subscribe button. Comment, because I really want to know what you think, like, because you always like this video, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. Daily videos up in here. Daily video. Okay. In the meantime, make time for a glorious life. It's time to start living it right. God bless.